Hola angelitos, ¿qué tal? Estamos en un nuevo vídeo de Genshin Impact y estamos aquí preparados para hacer misiones secundarias que nos han dado. Que por cierto, fuera de cámara sin querer he hecho una de las misiones estas que están aquí de diarias, misiones diarias, la he hecho sin querer. Estaba matando enemigos y no sabía que la misión era ahí y pues justamente los enemigos que maté eran los de la misión. Entonces pues, bueno. ¿Para qué negaros que no me di ni cuenta? Uy, un enemigo. ¿Y dónde es la misión? No me creo que sea contra esta cosa. Ah, no, es abajo. Vale, vale, es por allí. Vale, 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 vale. Es aquí abajo. Creo que tengo que pelear. Y bueno, pues he completado una y pues bueno, en fin. También he subido a nivel 39 haciendo dominios, que me hubiese gustado grabarlos. Pero bueno. Ostras. Por cierto, he mejorado mucho a Kaella fuera de cámara. Porque, bueno, en fin. Ah. Genial. Tengo un pequeño problema. Y es que... como no tengo a Razor aquí conectado, o sea, conectado, no lo tengo puesto, pues tenemos el problema de que yo peleo con esta cosa. Vale, necesito ajustes de equipo. A Amber la quito por ponerme a este señor. Porque este señor al menos... Venga. No, hombre, refuerzos. Te tengo que... No. Venga. A tomar por saco. Vale, vamos a la siguiente misión. Hay una aquí, pero no sé dónde está la otra. Sé que hay otra, pero es que no sé dónde está. Vale, está aquí. Vale. me hago teleport primero aquí y después vamos a la otra. ¡Hala! Vamos para allá, hombre. Quiero... Uy. Hay una misión secundaria. Lo que supongo que estará... Ah, ya está. Es este. Ja. Vale. Bueno. Es otra misión que hay, pero... Actualmente la misión que me interesa es esta. Venga, quiero hacer la misión. Joder, me he equivocado. Y antes de nada quiero comer. Pues con la tontería tenemos... Ah, que aquí hay otra misión. Hay otra misión por... Ah, míralo. Bueno, tenemos bastantes misiones secundarias para hacer. Perfecto, pues hala. ¿Y la misión que estoy haciendo qué? Es esta, vale. Todo de frente. Vale, pues tenemos que ir hacia aquí. Ostras, un cofre. Voy a marcarlo. Cofre. Supongo que los enemigos son estos. Venga. ¿Qué flor es esta? Flor dorada, vaya. Y me falta este señor. Fijaos que con mis habilidades ahora hago mucho más daño que antes. Fijaos. O sea, ahora mismo mis habilidades son 1000 veces mejores que antes. Que por cierto, también quiero coger madera. Por el tema de... Mira, otro cofre. O sea, ¿es en serio que me he estado dejando cofres aquí tan absurdos como este? Bueno, como estos. Otro cofre enfrente. Y diréis, ¿por qué los marcas? Porque cuando pueda intentaré hacer un directo del Genshin recogiendo cofres. Supongo que os gustaría, la verdad que lo sé. Soy consciente de que a más de uno le gustará la idea de que yo haga directos del Genshin. Pronto se vendrán cofres y cositas, chicos. Uy, cofres. Directos del Genshin y cositas. Lo prometo. Ahora mismo no puedo decir nada, pero... Ya os daréis cuenta cuando pase. Bueno, ya os informaré. Ja. Y última misión. A ver, hay que decir que nos va a costar muchísimo ya subir al último nivel. Pero... yo lo lograré. O sea, necesito subir al siguiente nivel a Kaella. O sea, necesito ascenderlo al siguiente nivel. Es hiper necesario. ¡Ostras, una bruja! A ti te quiero matar yo. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás, perra? Y me peleo con esta señora porque lo necesito, si no, no lo haría. Perfecto. Uf. Genial. Me dropeo cositas. ¿Y tú qué haces aquí? Y tengo un montón de moras también. Yo creo que nadie es consciente de las moras que tengo. Y este encargo es un tanto extraño. Oigo. Ya está, completo. Perfecto, 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 perfecto. Misiones diarias completadas. Y bueno. Tenemos que... bueno, la resina pues no creo que me dé para gastarla. Así que pues F. Abrimos el mapa. Vamos a ir un momento a la ciudad principal. Que vamos a entregar obviamente la misión. Porque ya hemos hecho las 4 misiones del día. Entonces, pues quiero entregarlas y que me den experiencia y protogemas y esas cositas. Vamos por aquí. Corre, pequeño, corre. Reclamamos. Oh. 500 de experiencia, me gusta. ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? Siguiente misión. Quiero hacer la de la tetera. Que me han dicho que, bueno, en fin, necesitas craftear cosas. Es aquí en la ciudad. Voy a teleportarme aquí. para ir volando directamente y no tener que moverme por las calles. Y la verdad que hay muchas misiones secundarias ahora mismo, pero no creo que me dé la vida para completarlas todas en este vídeo, así que bueno, en fin. Llevamos bastantes misiones, pero... Y esta montaña no la había visto yo. Ah, sí, coño, claro que la he visto. Pensé que no la había explorado. Vale. Bajamos, 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 bajamos. ¿Qué pasa, señora? A ver.
Ah, children, come, come. You were...
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no.
Ya han hecho mucho por ver, no
You've
podría
done so.
pedirles más.
In fact, my old friends and I have been put...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. And when you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you are... That simply won't do. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as... Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, I will not go into too much detail. But subspace... The teapot that you entered previously was a little trick...
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot were...
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. But that's enough nostalgia for now.
That's right! Findings...
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find... Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua. You would have to dig down, but almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this man. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chit. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure. Goodness knows if the...
Well, since you're an adeptus, Granny, the person you asked...
Yes, I suppose...
She counts? How come there are so many adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to both...
Oh, maybe so. Who can say?
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Ah, allow me to do the honors. This child here, Yenfei, I believe you already heard of the traveler and...
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's record. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. Before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Oh, yes, here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details, and if you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous...
All right, Yenfei, all right. Let's get to the business. You'll have to excuse Yenfei.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question.
An adeptus? I guess, kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time. And then after that was all over, they had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey.
Well, that's a bit casual for an adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis, and anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten a hold... The chasm's been sealed off, and there's just no way in. Couldn't secure any documentation either.
Is that so? Yenfei, are you sure you can't find some other way?
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well,
Whoa, that's a really thick book.
Commercial consultancy. Or, Snezhnaya. Ah, Crossel. a Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid it. Best we be a little more careful than...
Vale. ¿Y a dónde hay que ir? Ah, vale, ahí abajo. No había visto el sitio, vale. No preguntéis.
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's business?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei.
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that...
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end, Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady...
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting...
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqia. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, in return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need to ensure...
In that case, might you know where Miss Chow lives? We'd like to...
Oh, of course. She wrote her address.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell.
Uy. Vive aquí. Si es que vive aquí, si es que es aquí. Tampoco está tan lejos. Yo pensaba que estaría más lejos. Uy, casi me caigo. Y hay sitios aquí que yo no conocía, la verdad.
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Miss Chow? We understand from Mr. My associates and I are very interested in them.
The hairpins. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by... I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value... My family is in the ore business too. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around. So we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss... That's what the hairpins were for, to... Well, to keep up appearances. But now that I've lost the hairpins...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
Would you really? I sent a...
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss...
Huh? Well, I mean, sure.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe true. Though surely there must be a...
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate... Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation and given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Jichou looks like...
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that...
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need...
Please. Please, However much it is, I will have to pay it. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossel in the dark any longer.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow.
What did I feel? Well, I remember that my family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past.
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over.
Bueno. Aquí de cháchara.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. You lost them!
I'm sorry. Truly I am.
Mora! Do you have any idea what I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her at...
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. It was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid in...
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I...
Alright, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the...
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins?
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit.
Un lugar donde podamos sentarnos. Vaya. Me da que le han timado a la chica. No sé por qué, pero tengo esa ligera sospecha. Vamos para arriba, rápido. Teóricamente es ahí.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins...
What do you mean? Are you implying that you
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elements. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. And Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the...
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that if I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus...
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into the sea the moment... After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in LIYUE, hoping and praying that the hairpin...
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them.
Well then, since you're so experienced...
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow.
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't... It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we...
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a...
This contract has so many pages!
Alright, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look.
I've had a read through.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before.
Miss Yanfei, I have to ask.
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Cross. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... I've got it. Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all, Chateau...
Vaya, vaya.
What's the hurry?
Vaya, vaya, vaya.
Why, hello there, honored customer. Surely not more spurious.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossell enlisted your ore processing?
A Snezhnayan merchant. I do remember that. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the...
Do you have any...
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this...
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Uy.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite?
Is that so? Well, so did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao is able to tell what it...
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great... These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of... And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them...
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on...
But, never mind, Shirto. What?
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings...
Try your luck betting on Jade? Miss Yanfei?
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that...
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the process...
Of course.
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the,
Yes, I see.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident. Just a minor issue.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell will...
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry... Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often helps...
Well, that was quick. How come you know so...
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, LIYUE Harbor is the city of contracts. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessary. As such, legal advisors like myself provide...
So you help them make sense of the law?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle, because I've memorized...
You memorized?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is illegal. Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus.
Again, with that casual tone?
Well, that's that then.
Bueno, las estafas. En fin, las estafas. Pero chicos, creo que por aquí voy a terminar el capítulo de hoy, ¿vale? La verdad, muy interesante eso de que estemos haciendo cosas legales. Pero quiero dejar el capítulo por aquí para en el próximo tener ya lo de la tetera completo. Dicho esto, dadle like, comentad lo que os ha parecido, suscribíos para más y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo con mucho más. Hasta la próxima, chicos. ¡Chao!